All right, so I got the Scumbag System box set on Valentine's Day, but I was busy. It was just a busy day. Lots of Valentine's stuff going on. Also, I took like a 3-hour nap. So, but here it is. Here's the outside of the box. Look at that little sneak guy. This is my favorite side, definitely. It's so gorgeous. It is heavy as hell, by the way. I struggled just to move it over here. But the actual box is pretty thick, which is good because sometimes you get a box set and it's flimsy as hell and you're just like, what is the point? All right, let's look at the inner contents. I have not actually taken these out yet. I figured I'd wait until I filmed it so we can see it together. Here is book 1, which is, I'm thinking, probably going to be my favorite just because this is the only official picture we really have that I know of. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but of Shenwan's actual face. And it's just, I love this interpretation. I love the shiny click. The artist, by the way, is amazing. And I really hope they get more work. But that's book 1. This here is book 2. Look at that. Look at the drama. Blue binky. Here's the... I forgot to show you that. But on the pages, you can see the inner workings of Ace. See, so there's book 1 and 2. And look, you can see... I'll see them right there. Here's book 3. You can see the pages. And this is the cover. Very romantic, very beautiful. I paid $108. Here's book 4. But yeah, I paid $108 on a Crunchyroll for this. I got a really good deal. There's a coupon code that I was able to use that made it basically a steal. Had I not had the coupon code, I probably would not have got this because here's the thing. This is definitely a very expensive box set. However, if you think about it, there's 4 books. And each book is going to be around $30. So I guess technically, if you get the coupon code, you're saving money. So, I mean, there's that. Let's see the inner content. Okay, so we got a mini art book. It's not that impressive. It's just very thin. It looks like the art book is basically just the dust jackets, hardcover, and papers and whatnot. The only thing that I think would be really interesting is page 32, which has character sketches and layout. I like character sketches, concept art stuff, so that's definitely interesting. But most of this art book, quite honestly, is boring since it is just basically little mini posters of the covers. This is kind of cool. It's a map. Definitely like that picture, but yeah, I don't know. I think overall the art book is kind of pointless. It's nice to have, I guess, but it would have been more fun if it was majority just concept art and like random new pictures instead of just mostly just the covers on the paperback and hardback. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Next, it looks like we got 2 mini posters. I suppose I'll put these up in the video game room. Looks nice. I'll kind of just like fold them out and let them flatten a little. Oh no. It's the mountain scene. I love it. I do love it. I hate that they're folded because then it just takes forever to get the creases out, and the creases are never 100% gone, but I get why it's packaged like that. Anyways, all in all, on a scale from 1 to 5, I definitely feel like I would maybe give this box set a 4, only because it is a very beautiful box set. They did take a lot of work in the art and the concept of it. It's not a 5 because I think the extras are just pointless. It could have been better. And that's just my opinion. I love the posters that it came with. It sucks that they're never going to fully be rid of the creases, but it is what it is. It would have been nice, I feel like, if they were not in the box, but like included separately. I don't know. But I get that that might be a little too much, of an ask. I'm just being picky. But I love this. This is still my favorite series. I've seen some people speculate and wonder if the new extras were going to be in here. It doesn't. It doesn't have the new extras that was made for the simplified Chinese print. Honestly, this version is not even vaguely based on that version, because the simplified Chinese print was made partially because of weird censorship and rules that China has. For instance, the whole dream sequence was partially made because of the fact that China is, for some weird reason, cracking down on transmigration stuff. And this dream explanation short was a weird way to kind of technically get around it due to some technicalities. I don't know. I can't remember what the new name is under. It's something to do with a mountain. Too tired to look it up. But it is interesting to think about how many times a book in China is like rewritten due to like rule changes and everything. For instance, I believe it was in Heaven Official Blessings, where in one of the last rewrites, due to censorship and other things that was going on, she completely removed certain characters, and a bunch of other stuff was removed and reworked. So, yeah. Listen, if you like the new extras and you want to embrace that, I say go for it, dude. That's you. It's, in the end, it's almost like a completely different book. I haven't heard how much other stuff may have been changed, but I just know that like a few months prior to the announcement that was an official, that the simplified Chinese version was coming out and it was going to feature the coma thing due to transmigration being looked down upon. So, but yeah, this doesn't have it. This here is not based on the simplified Chinese version. It's based on one of the earlier versions, and it's all from the paperback. So, yeah, love it. Definitely think it's great. I do still need to get the rest of the hardcovers for Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. I only have the first volume. I decided not to do Heaven Official Blessings hardcovers simply because there are way too many of them. It would add up too much. And honestly, Heaven Officials is not my favorite. It's low down on the rung. And there are so many other book series I would love to collect instead. I'm definitely interested to see if Seven Seas will end up making more hardcover editions for some of their other works. I would definitely buy them just because I prefer hardcovers because they're so much more sturdy. And I don't think I showed you, but each book has like a little bookmark string, which is kind of nice. So you don't even need a bookmark. Just use that little string. But yeah, so there you go. Sorry, I went on a little bit of a rant, little tangent towards the end. But some people were wondering, and I looked it up and I double checked, and it's all the extras from the original. So yeah, there you go. Have you gotten it? I heard there was only like so many being sold. So I don't even know if they're going to make more, but it'd be kind of nice if they do, because I would like more people to have access to this, because it is such a beautiful set, in my opinion. But yeah, bye.